I think it's pretty easy to say that I'm pleased with what the Raiders have done in free agency this far. Now, are there little things to nitpick? Yes, they didn't sign Brandon Scherf. Fine, okay, we're complainers here. But actually, no, we're really happy with what the Raiders have done in free agency, and I think we're going to be even happier with what they've done in the draft. And we said it from the very beginning. You can't panic. Now, that also comes as a double-edged sword. We were also panicking after the second day because we were just kind of waiting on the Raiders to do something, kind of like our Vikings, but it is what it is at this point. Who just signed Zadarius Smith? Okay, I'm sorry, we'll get over that. But overall, I really feel like the Raiders are in a good position now. So they went into free agency with a lot of needs. We're talking about they needed a number one wide receiver, who they got in Devontae Adams. They needed some defensive line, or specifically some defensive tackle depth. I thought they possibly needed another outside linebacker to help out with kind of coming into a new system, especially with Patrick Graham and everybody coming in. I felt like they needed another outside linebacker. They got one in Kyler Fackrell. We'll touch on all this, the recent signings. But overall, I think the biggest thing that I've taken away from the Raiders that they still need to continue to do, and that is build the trenches. Now, I need to preface this by saying I love Bilal Nichols. I think he's going to be a tremendous defensive tackle for them moving forward, and I'm really excited to see what he does with them. But they've also done a couple of other things that deserve a little bit of credit. Excuse me. They signed Kyle Payco. Now, Kyle Payco was a guy that, in my mind, a former Oregon State. I think are they the Beavers? I think so. But overall, had a couple of sacks last year, and total of 10 tackles and a forced fumble with the Titans last year. He's a guy undrafted, 6'1", that 300, I believe, around that range. Listen, he's a guy that's big in the middle. He's really starting to make a name for himself, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to do with the Raiders moving forward. They're finally getting those defensive tackles in, the big boys, the meatheads up front that we love to see, and I'm really excited about. Also, they got Kyler Fackrell, who I thought he was going to be one of the biggest, absolutely one of the biggest outside linebacker. He reminded me a lot of Anthony Barr, but I'm going to be honest. I feel like it hasn't gone exactly to his plan, and that's okay. He was with the Packers for a little bit, and he actually kind of showed some things with the Packers against my Vikings specifically. Had 10.5 sacks in 2018. Had just had 3 sacks with the Chargers. So the thing about Kyler Fackrell is there is a lot to like, especially with the Raiders going to a 3-4 and going to have both fronts as a 4-3 as well. You got to love it. I absolutely love Kyler Fackrell. I think he's going to come in and provide a lot for the Raiders. And they're showing it up. The defense is coming together, but it still needs to. You still need to keep building in the trenches. I would still like to see them maybe possibly trade up and see what they can get. I don't think they can trade up, but I would maybe trade for a quality guard. I don't know, but I would really like to see him upgrade the guard positions, and also, they also did sign Vernon Butler, who I think is going to be a very big piece. 27 years old, had 6 sacks with the Panthers back in 2019, just an absolute force. But again, I would really like to see them, I do think they are doing a lot of good things just on the defensive tackle front. As far as that, though, I would really like to see them bring in a guy like Noah Ellis, that 6'4", 360 man in the middle. Just good luck moving him. Like, I would love to see that. And I think he's a guy that they should definitely target. I think he's going to be there for him in the potentially the 5th and 6th round. I think he's a bit too high to take him in the 4th. There's a lot of players I would take ahead of him, even in the 3rd and 4th round. But I think you could have a chance at getting a guy like him in the 5th round. Like I said, you got guys like Kyler Fackrell, Denzel Perryman, all those guys, Rock Sin City. You guys, shout out to you guys for making that. That's hilarious. But they need to keep building these trenches. You got Colton Miller. We're talking about defensive lines and offensive lines now, so hopefully we're not confusing you guys. But, you got Colton Miller, one of the best left tackles in the league, John Simpson, Andre James, Denzel Good. Now, don't get me wrong, and Brendan Parker's probably going to start at right tackle. So I think you got to give Alex Leatherwood another shot, because when I went back and watched the tape on Leatherwood, I did like what I saw. I think he can be a mauler, a big man on the inside. Maybe have Parker at right tackle. I don't know, but I would really like to see them continue to. And they have a 3rd round pick. Get Marquise Hayes, Dylan Parham. Oh, please. You would absolutely love to see that those guys are athletic, and well, Marquise Hayes is more of a mauler, which I would absolutely love to have. So I feel like you really need to continue building this offense and defensive line because the games are won in the trenches. They really are. And I think right now the Raiders have a good enough offensive and defensive line, but we're not here for good enough. We're here to go to the Super Bowl. That's what it all counts, and that's what it all matters down to. But like I said, they've got Bilal Nichols, Vernon Butler, all those guys on the inside, and I'm really again as far as Payco goes, I love it. I think I'm really ready to see what these guys will do, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they all play out. But guys like Kyle Payco and all them, but. Like I said, I think moving forward, the biggest focus needs to be to continue building that offense and defensive line. I would like to see upgrades at both guard positions, but we'll see what Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels continue to do. I love what they're doing so far, but there has to continue to be an emphasis on building the trenches. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. Truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you guys. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders needing to continue to build the trenches.